Good morning, card beginners. RJ back with another video. So let's get to it. Today's Mike Schmidt item of the day from 1988. An unlicensed card. This is a card. A lot of times these are all referred to as Broders. There is no manufacturer label on this. It simply says Mike Schmidt, Philadelphia Phillies, 1980. Picture. No real border, just that. And on the back, 1988 Classic Superstars Photos, Mike Schmidt, number 13 of 22. You can find these on the tradingcarddatabase.com. They do list the full set. And typically what these are, they're called Broders because most of these were in the late 80s. And a photographer whose last name was Broder, I can't remember, it was like Rod or Rob Broder, used these cards to sell his photos. He actually produced these, probably sold these as sets themselves, but he also tried to get people to buy the photos. It's the way he advertised his photography services. There was another guy who was doing it as well. I can't remember his name because there were two guys that put out a whole bunch of these cards over the years in the late 80s. And it's a very basic design of these particular cards with just this nothingness on the back. But a lot of people like myself who are super collectors of a certain player try to acquire these cards as well. And I just picked up this one from 1988, a Mike Schmidt Broder card, essentially. Today's random baseball item of the day. Interesting thing here, something I've shown in a way many times before, but this one is different. So, I have shown off many times before because I'm still trying to acquire them all. And the 2023 Topps team card of the Phillies. This is the 2022 image of the Phillies on the field at Citizens Bank Park after they just won the pennant and beat the Padres in Game 5, celebrating on the field, relaxing and whatnot. It is card number 567. This is what the card looks like, all right? There are many variations. I want to say about 40 variations. I might be off on that, but I'm trying to acquire them all. I got about a little over 20 of the different variations now, I think, and I just picked up another one. And what's unique about this one is the image is different. This particular variation, I've realized, is called, it's like the reverse negative gold parallel or something like that. I can't remember the precise wording at the moment. But the image is completely different, okay, on the card. If you turn it over, it is still numbered to 567. It's a super short print. It's got this SSP foil stamp on the back. It is not serial numbered. I do not know how many of this card are in existence, but this was on the Bay, and I will say this, I paid a pretty penny to snag this from all the other people who were bidding on it. I am thrilled that I got it in my collection. It is one of the ones I'm going to include in my submission to PSA to get slabbed, because it is a variation. This image is nothing. I would not have picked this card up. I do not just buy everything Phillies, you know. I don't buy every Phillies team card. I would never pick this card up, except that it is a variation of this, and I'm trying to get all of these cards. So for that reason alone, I had to have it. And I snagged it. Very happy I did so, all right? So, today's trivia question. Keeping with the theme of this day in baseball history, a really fun one for you. This day in baseball history, going way back. This day in baseball history, June the 14th, 1870. Back to the infancy of baseball as a professional sport. In 1870, June the 14th, the Cincinnati Red Stockings, baseball's first openly professional team, finally lost a game. If you remember the history, they went all through 1869 undefeated. I believe, depending upon the history source you check, they might have tied one or two games, but they were never defeated. Some games I think might have gotten called on account of darkness or rain, but the score was tied at the time, so it didn't count as a defeat. But at this day, June the 14th, 1870, they finally lost. What was the name of the team that beat them? All right. What you're playing for, still giving away cards from the Topps Gallery Hall of Famer from 2003. Awesome Nolan Ryan card for you Nolan fans. And another little-known Hall of Famer, George Kelly from the New York Giants. So 2 Hall of Famers. If you can answer that question, just shoot me an email with the correct answer. I will include my email in the description below, along with the repeat of that question. You'll have today and tomorrow to answer. We'll pick a winner on Sunday, all right? Good luck to everybody on that one. Today, another little set I want to show off. This one I'm kind of thrilled I got, only because while the cards individually are often available, to get a full set that I didn't have to put together myself saved me a ton of money, and it's fun for me to collect sets. So I just showed off this card right here, the Broder, essentially, 1988 Classic Superstars. I have a full set of similar images. This one starts with Mark McGwire. I'm going to flip it over. Classic Baseball Superstars, little star in the middle, Series 1, Mark McGwire. So whoever the manufacturer of this, whatever photographer, I think it was Broder again, I don't know, don't quote me. Because again, there were many photographers back in the late 80s doing these. This is also from 1988. It's series number 1. There were 2 series of 18 cards, and this is the whole set of 36 I have in my hand. I was able to buy this off the Bay recently, and it's a full set, so I had to have it. Snagged it for a decent price. You don't see sets of these come up too often. Nobody's taken the time to put them together. So to find a set that was available, it was very thrilling to me. Like if I want to put this, set together of Mike, said he's 13 out of 22. If I want all 22 cards, it's usually like, $1 a card plus shipping, so it might cost me $5 a pop. So I'm going to spend over $100 on 22. These are really worthless cards outside of super collectors like myself. So being able to put a whole set together, or have a whole set that was already put together, is right up my alley. So let's take a look at who made Series 1 and Series 2 of the Classic Baseball Superstars series. Mark McGwire. They don't have names on this, so let's see if you guys can guess who these are without me telling you. Obviously, that's Roger Clemens. I believe the names aren't even here, so I'm guessing on some of these. I'm pretty sure that's Pedro Guerrero on the Dodgers. Glenn Davis. Oh, it does say that. Yeah, so that was Pedro, that Glenn Davis. There's Kirby Puckett. Dave Parker on the Reds. A very young Pete Incaviglia. Will the Thrill. Cal Ripken Jr. Wade Boggs. Again, these are unlicensed because there's no markings of any kind on the back that says they were endorsed by Major League Baseball nor the Players Association, neither one. Yet this guy sold these cards with these players' images on them, with the logos of all the Major League Sports. Dale Murphy, Eric Davis, Donnie Baseball, Bo Jackson, and Jose Canseco. I think this is Darryl Strawberry, I believe. It's hard to tell. Is this Cal Daniels? Cal Daniels. Yep, and there's the Mike Schmidt version. I think I need another one of these because I don't believe I have this Mike Schmidt version loose in my binder of Mike Schmidt cards, so I'll have to get another one of those. And then Eric Davis. I think that was the end. Oh, Eric Davis was the start of Series 2. There you go. So Mike Schmidt was the end of Series 1. Eric Davis started Series 2. Nice little Ricky. Still on the Yankees. This one's got a bit of a bend to it, but I don't really care about that. Wally Joyner, when he was still all that with the Angels. Brett Saberhagen. Pete Rose. You do get a couple doubles here, a couple cards that made it into Series 1 and Series 2. Nice Reggie in his final year back at Oakland. Bo Jackson's a repeat. Canseco's a repeat. Rob Deere, when he was hitting home runs. Another Darryl. Another Donnie Baseball. Another Mark McGuire. Who is this? Dave Magadan, I believe. Dave Magadan. Yep, George Brett. Another Wade Boggs. There's Jack Clark. Andre Dawson. And there's your Dwight Gooden card. So, very, very basic cards. But as a whole set, I was happy to put this together. And again, these are the kind of things that only super collectors typically want these cards. They have zero value. They really don't have any value at all. So people who are super collectors love to get them and put in their binder of, I've got every card ever made. And for me as a set collector, to find a full set already put together was like a little bit of a treasure, a little bit of a buried treasure, the way I collect to find that. So that was really cool. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please consider like, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. I really do appreciate your support as I try my best to support everybody else in this great card community, all right? It's Friday. Come back on Sunday again for the Sunday Trivia Recap, and we'll give away some great cards, all right? Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon, and take care.